Record the session. So recording has been started, right? So the agenda for the today's session is the demo. Why Power BI? Why how we should learn it, and what would be the next steps, and what is the a report development life cycle, what we basically do. So that's how the and after the session we can have a one-on-one session to discuss if you have any further doubts. Yes, obviously, every person has its own doubts based on their background. I mean, based on their knowledge on Power BI. On maybe you might be shifting the career, you want to shift the career, or a lot of other doubts could be there. So everything we can discuss one on one if that is specific to you, and you might have a lot of doubts, right? So all those doubts will be clarified after the session. But before the session or in between session, if you have any questions, please note down on your pen and paper and ask me after the class if it is required to be clarified within the class, or if you want to me to discuss personally, you can also chat in the Skype personal one-on-one, or you can also discuss with me in the WhatsApp. So I recommend Skype. Skype is the best, and you can see the discussion that you made, and when you go back and forth, and you see a lot of discussions that we discussed one on one. Okay, I will give you a lot of assignments, and real time account. So that is the added advantage of this training, and we'll discuss. I've committed for your success. So that is my tagline whenever I say in the class. Okay. So only thing is you need to be come to this wavelength to meet your success. Okay. So that you need to check always, right? So okay. So before I get started, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mahinder. I have 15 years of IT experience and more than 8 plus into Power BI. Okay, and extensively worked with Microsoft on the tool development, and worked with various companies and various clients. Okay, and yeah, and total BI it could be around 12 plus. Okay, so that's all about myself, and I've been teaching this Power BI for the last 2 years. It's this is the 20th batch that we are starting today. So I've committed. I've been teaching this. Never, I mean, any and any kind of issues comes in, I never stop this class. So that's how I committed, because I want to change the lives. I want to touch this. I mean, whatever I know, I just don't want to leave this experience just like that. So I've been sharing with people. Okay, so they should have commitment. So for that we are charging for it, and you will get 100 times benefit. People are saying, that's not my word. So people are saying that it's worthless. I mean, that's what they are saying. I mean, more than what we are paying. Okay, so that's the intro. And now coming to this course, Power BI. Why Power BI and why not other, right? So that is the question. So Power BI is a very powerful tool and recently grabbing the market. And you can go and check the Gartner report. Gartner report is like a movie critics kind of thing, which is in the software. Okay, he will criticize the softwares like everything. He will just categorize who is in the market. Okay, like this movie is in top 10 list in this category. Okay, action, drama, something like that. Likewise, Power BI is also in reporting point of view where it sits in. Okay, it's in leader position, or challenger position, and how the growth is coming. So every year the four quadrants will be released, and on that four quadrants you can check this Gartner report. You can search in Google and you will get it, and how Power BI is actually leading the position. Why Power BI is leading the position? Because it is actually a Microsoft product. Microsoft has a huge client base, and Power BI is the cheapest tool in the market. So these are the two biggest advantages to grab the market. And Microsoft realized that reporting is the end solution for every business, and in their business Power BI they wants to be used. Okay, so guys, I'm getting my voice back, so please check if anybody unmuted themselves. Please mute themselves. Okay, old students, Pranit, please take care. Okay, so that is one of the reasons. That is one of the reasons Power BI is so powerful. Okay, the competitors for the Power BI is Tableau, Table AU, and ClickView. Okay, ClickView or ClickSense, click basically. Okay, ClickView is just old and ClickSense is cloud product, but still they are struggling to sustain in the market. Okay, but still after Power BI, if you have any second opinion, then the Tableau and ClickView. Okay, but now how we are different from other institutes? That is the second question. So Power BI service account. Okay, so Power BI in overall Power BI has two categories: Power BI desktop and Power BI service. Power BI desktop is free, okay, and Power BI service is paid, and you cannot get it even for trial account for 2 months just with your Gmail account or Outlook account, whatever you have, but it should require a company. So that is the reason I will give you a free account for, it is more than $5,000, I think so, for premium. Okay, but I will give it for free for 2 months. Okay, and we will give you extensive assignments on service. Okay, because admin, okay, admin role is mostly sitting to this Power BI service, and even for developer also, to evaluate whether you come from I mean just like a YouTube or maybe something like that, to evaluate they will also ask you on Power BI service level questions. Okay, so that is one of the key area that you will learn extensively on Power BI service side. Okay, and Power BI desktop is free, but though it is not that easy, so we will learn a lot of challenges, real-time challenges. Okay, so that you should know, right? So Power BI desktop with real-time challenges and assignments will be given, but this $5,000 worth 2 months service account will be free along with this training. Okay, now along with Power BI, what we are going to learn? If you learn only Power BI, that will not be sufficient to show your experience sometimes. Okay, but some companies will expect more. Okay, but once you join into the company, it might not be the same expectation. It depends on the project expectation. But before project, they will expect you should have a lot of things. So that is the market. We should also be aligned to the market, then only you will be sold in the market. So lot of marketing skills, I mean, when I say marketing, not you know that marketing, but how you market your profile, your resume is also very very important. I have been reviewed hundreds of resumes, and I've been guiding how to prepare resume and everything. That is an additional free offering that I'm giving you with one-on-one discussion. Okay, so that is one of the biggest advantage you will get it when you work with me one-on-one. Okay, so every day after the class I will take 5 to 10 minutes to discuss each one person based on their doubts, based on their intents, right? So you should connect with me and you should ask me after the class. You can ask for 5 minutes to discuss, and before you discuss you should also discuss the points, which what are the points that you would like to discuss with me. Okay, so based on that I will give you the priority, right? Okay, so now why Power BI, and how it is grabbing the market? Because of Gartner report, Microsoft has a lot of client base, and the competitors, and the Power BI main concepts like Power BI service and Power BI desktop that we have learned. But along with what we are going to learn to make it top in the Naukri, or maybe top in the market, because we should be specially focused. That's my intention, right? So we should be something, some extra light should be there on top of our resume to make it, I mean, highlight on the market. So for that, we are going to extensively work with, uh, every day, every session, you will see a real time scenario. That is one thing. And along with that, we are going to discuss on SQL Server. Okay, we will extensively work. This is for the, mostly used SQL Server, mostly used database. Okay, because Microsoft source SQL Server. SQL Server is also a Microsoft product, and it has a lot of customer base, and every database required its reporting tool. So that would be a Power BI. So I will tell you how to use it, and what is our scope as a Power BI developer, and how you could showcase, and then how you can manipulate in the interview. That is one of the most important thing. So I will teach you how we are going to use in Power BI with extensive mode, direct, import, composite, okay, performance tuning. So these are the key areas with SQL Server, okay. And along with SQL Server, I'm also going to discuss. Before I discuss, so there is a, before Power BI, what is BI? Okay, so we need to understand this. BI means business intelligence. Okay, bus in as business intelligence. Okay, so what is intelligence? Intelligence means not too much clever or more knowledge. Nothing. Intelligence means very simple. It answers past questions and present questions and future questions, and the way you want it is called intelligence. Okay, the way you want, how you will decide based on the reports, okay, that you have on what is happened in the past, what is going in the present, and what will happen in the future. So that you can control your business to get into more business, or more competitive, improving your business. Lot of things will be decided on the report. So reporting is one of the crucial thing for the business, and reporting is forever. Maybe tools might change. So Microsoft previous tool was MSBI, and now Power BI. So what is the difference between these two things? Why they did not say MSBI 2.0, MSBI 3.0, but why they called it as Power BI? Because that is also a BI tool, Microsoft business tool, business intelligence tool. But why the Power BI? So MSBI has, three different modules in it. They are independent. They work independent, and it required to be led by different teams called SSIS, SSRS, let me, SSAS, and SSRS. Okay, if you compare MSBI with Power BI, let's compare. Okay, so I'm going to insert just a small comparison table so that you will understand. So what is the feature we are going to compare with the Power BI versus MSBI? So this is the feature, and Power BI and MSBI. Let's say MSBI. So the feature is ETL. So ETL has powerful capabilities in SSIS and MSBI. Okay, SSIS. SQL SS means SQL Server. S means services. I means integration. So SSIS, you just see the pattern. Okay, SS means SQL Server, SQL Server, SQL Server. Okay, S means services, services, services. I means integration services. A means analysis services. R means reporting services. Okay, so but what about Power BI? Power BI has ETL tool. Yes, it has ETL tool called Power Query, but extraordinary tool with lot of benefits. But when it compares to SSIS, Power Query has some limitations, but that limitations also is going to overcome in future. But Power BI is rapidly, grabbing the market. That's what I can confidently say. Okay, the reason is every month there will be one or two updates that you will get it from Microsoft every month. Rigorously, they committed to change the tool based on the customer feedback. Okay, why? I will tell you. Why they are not changing in MSBI? Why only in Power BI? We will discuss in a while. Okay, but before that, uh, Power BI is committed for the lot of updates based on the projects requirement, based on the, they will closely observe the business for the improvement point of view. Now, analysis. Okay, here analysis is SQL Server analysis services, but here we will have a modeling. Okay, modeling is a concept which is part of Power BI. Okay, but here it is separate tool. This is separate tool. To develop this, at least we required 5 to 6 people, resources. So when it's a resource, the developer, tester, maybe two to three developers, admin, lot of SQL DBA, lot of roles that are involved to work on only on SSIS. In SSIS, at least 2 members. At least I'm telling you, two resources. Okay, companies will treat us as a resource. Okay. Now report. Okay, reporting point of view here, visualization. Okay, here we have SSRS. Okay, the visualization is next level visualization. A visual will interact with another visual. Is a powerful mechanism which has in Power BI or in the non-traditional ETL tools like Tableau, ClickView is also the same thing, but Power BI is also extraordinary visualization capabilities. So that is the reason Power BI is so demand in the market right now, and everybody is looking towards Power BI because of that visualization capability. A visual will interact with other visual. When it comes to SSRS, it's not. And then why they created separate tool, separate name? Why they did not mention MSBI 2.0, right? So because they work on different engine. Okay, they work on different engine. It's called Vertipack engine. Vertipack engine. Okay, a powerful engine. Okay, but here it works on SQL Server. Okay, the engine will be the SQL Server. On top of that, okay, you will have additional layers like integration layer, analysis layer, reporting layer. They will also work as a different servers. But MSBI is a package that has been given when you bought a SQL Server. Okay, lot of advantages, but still they want to grab the business. Okay, if you buy the SQL Server, they will give you a free layer of SSIS, SSRS, and SSAs, and it required a lot of development. Let's say this is the additional cost for the customer, but they will get a lot of benefit out of this. Okay, SSRS at least 3 to 4 people resources, but and when you compare, and you should have an additional SQL Server obviously, and SQL Server also should be maintained by few more people like DBA developer, you know lot of other things that they will do, right? So if you take it could be around 15 to 20 people to run the business, to run the show here. But when it comes to SQL Server, okay, but when it comes to Power BI, 2 to 3 people max, you can run the show. See the cost effective. So a tool, any tool which they want to come to a market, okay, there should be a upgradations like reducing the number of resources and giving cost benefits to the client. So then only you will be sustaining the market. Okay, and the capabilities, the performance is also one of the greatest thing that any tool that should be keep in mind to develop, right? So that is the reason, because the engine is different, because the this is a single package, but they are different, sets of different tools. Okay, and on SQL Server, right? So this is meant for different purpose, and it deals with only few data sources, right? SQL Server and few other data sources and very limited features. but here you have a powerful features and lot of benefits. So that is the reason it's because a different engine with x velocity. Okay, they are saying with x velocity, x velocity. Okay, that is the engine capability. But engine name is Vertipack. Okay, with clustered column store index. Okay, that's what they are saying. Clustered column store index. Clustered. Okay, column store index. What is this? We will discuss in SSIS discussion. Okay, I will tell you when we use SSIS as a source. I will discuss. So now, how we are going to make difference in the market? That is very very important. Whatever you learn, we are learning with a short-term course, and we will be fully focused on the market. Okay, so that is our ultimate goal. Our resume should be top. Our resume should be focused with multiple touchlights, right? So that everybody will look into that. So how that will be? So we need to closely understand the market requirements. I will tell you how you need to be very close with the market. Okay. So for that, I'm not going to discuss SSIS. Okay. But I will discuss with SSIS and SSRS. And why we are not discussing SSIS? SSIS is a huge subject, first thing. And second thing, it kills a lot of time. So that is the only reason I extensively worked on SSIS. But still, I'm not teaching SSIS. The reason is heavy subject and lot of complexity involved and but huge market, but still we are not going. Why? Our main intention is Power BI, and Power BI will work with SSAS and also SSRS. So that is the reason I've added two powerful MSBI tools that we are adding into Power BI in this course. So that is the reason your resume always will be limelight. Okay, it will be focused. You will be in the they will definitely put this resume in the top category. Okay, they will first look ours and then only, because I just opened Naukri and I've been saying along with SSAS they are looking for Power BI, along with SSRS they are looking for Power BI, and how to migrate a report from SSRS to Power BI. Okay, so what is the difference between SSRS reports versus Power BI reports? We will closely discuss, and I will tell you the real-time scenario how Power BI reports are migrating into sorry, SSRS reports are migrating into Power BI. Okay, so that is the reason we are going to cover these two things. Only these two things along with the Power BI? No, not only that. As I said, SQL Server and also a lot of real-time scenarios, and then I will give you Azure DevOps, and it is a powerful tool, and we are not going to discuss everything. Okay, we are discussing what is really required for a Power BI developer, or it matters when it comes to I will tell you how a real-time project, a developers and operation. DevOps means what? Developers and operations come together to develop a product. What is the product here? The reporting project, the Power BI reports. Okay, what is operations? The support team. Okay, Power BI is somebody, let's say some defects will come, right? So how they will fix it, and when you get some enhancements to modify something based on the new requirements. Okay, it is a continuous process. Once you develop, the game is not over. Okay, it will be continuous development. It's a agile based mechanism. We will discuss that everything, how a reporting requirement will comes in, how many teams involved, what is the architecture of a service based company, what is the architecture of the client base, and how a client and client rule and scrum master, product owner, developer, and different development teams, everything that we are going to discuss in Azure DevOps session. So this is also one of the powerful mechanism you should know if you are shifting your career from one to another. And even for most of the people, they might not use Azure DevOps, but this will tell you the idealism. Okay, how a project should be developed. Okay, there are reasons. If everything if quality is missing, it's because of you are not following the process. All right. So if you follow the process, you will get a good quality of product should be delivered. Okay. So that's what the system improvement. Okay. The continuous improvement you should be looking for. So companies are looking for, clients are looking for. So that's the reason we should learn this. So these are the additional advantages that you are going to learn from me. First one is Azure DevOps and SSAS, SSRS, migrating from SSRS to Power BI, and report builder. Okay, Power BI report builder also. Okay, Power BI report builder. What is this? Okay, and it is similar to SSRS, but it is incorporated in Power BI. And what is the difference between this and this? We will see. Okay, and we are also going to get a Power BI service. Okay, and every day you will get some assignments and you need to practice them. So these are the highlights of the course. So and I mean before I start the demo, so if you have any questions, like feel free to ask me. And now I'll tell you how long this duration, I mean class duration, I mean the course duration would be 30 days. Okay, max. Okay, 30 days. And it's a short-term course. Okay, we will completely discuss on real-time scenarios and the assignments. And ultimate thing is you need to be focused to get the success. There are a lot of success stories I'm not going to discuss, but how we are going to learn. Okay, so on Skype. Okay, Skype is a powerful tool. There is a personal discussion, there is a group discussion. Okay, everything that we can track. And you will get a mobile call. Okay, if you installed the Skype in your mobile, if you forgot to join, you will get a call like a phone call. But please make sure run the background. Okay, sometimes you will kill the app to not to run in the background, so that will not give you a call. Okay, it should be run just like your normal call, so that it will be always on whenever your mobile is on, so that you will get a call whenever I call, whenever the class starts. Okay, that is one of the most important thing. Okay, background running. Okay, should be on. Okay, so that is additional benefit. So that I tried a lot of other tools like Google Meet. I also tried Zoom. But I did not satisfy. They are very good in their perspective, but I like the Skype to for my class and my style. Okay, so that is one of the things. Why we are learning in this online, because it is a biggest. I mean, collaboration is the biggest demanding skill in the market. What is collaboration? You might be sitting in the globe somewhere in the India, and you could work with anybody in the globe because of this globalization. In a global village, we called it a global village. There is a media. The powerful media is internet. Okay, using that medium we are connecting and we are working. Even a person sits besides with me, I might not focus, but if you share the screen, everybody is looking into one screen, and everybody can collaboratively modify the document with Google Sheets or Microsoft online sheet, online document. Everybody can work at a time. Let's say if I ask you to write each one of the paragraph and the page name, and you can create those many pages, and we can within 5 minutes you can write the document. So that kind of collaboration mechanisms are improving. Okay, so that is the reason we should know how to learn with collaborative, with online, so that you can learn effectively and efficiently. Okay, so that is also one of the advantages, that you can get very good talent in the online. Because if it's offline, lot of things, lot of infrastructure you need to be arranged, and lot of cost involved in it, right? And additional management is required. So because of this collaboration, you will get a lot of advantages. So that is the reason I'm using Skype. And the time will be every day 7 to 8 committed time AM. Okay, Monday to Saturday. Okay, and the additional 30 minutes would be discussion, personal discussion, 8:30. Okay, so I will be available till 9 o'clock based on the if there's a huge clarification required, but I will be dedicated till this time. So 7 to 9 is dedicated for you, but I'm still telling you 8:30, but it might go to if you have any personal discussion, but class will be 7 to 8 and 8:15 max. Okay, that is my committed time for the class. And then I want doubts clarification with you. Okay, okay, this is the important points you should know, right? And what else you require before I start the demo? Okay, so what, where online, what is the course that we have discussed, and how on the Skype, and when the discussion. So yeah, right. So that's all the questions that I have, and if you have any additional questions, and feel free to ask me in the Skype or in the WhatsApp. We are there for your answer your questions. Now the demo, and what is this demo, and what we are going to learn from this demo, right? So this demo is meant for to understand the SDLC or RDLC, report development life cycle, or the software development life cycle. So what you will do, and how this is going to benefit the business. So that these are the high level things I will tell you. Very simple report, sample report I'm going to create, and I will publish into Power BI service, and from there we will share to the business, right? So how we are going to do, what is the report and what is the source, everything we will discuss step by step. Before that, we should know, we should have a tool, right? So how to download and install, right? Download and install the Power BI desktop. As I said, it's a free tool for everybody. Okay, you can learn it from, you can get it from Microsoft, and I will tell you the best way to download. Okay, so go open Internet Explorer, okay, or Google Chrome, whatever you like it, and search for Power BI desktop download. Okay, and you will get it, this powerbi.microsoft.com, this one. Okay, and you can click on that, or Microsoft, anything is fine. Okay, and come here and go to products and click on Power BI desktop. Okay, and I mean, I don't recommend this to be downloaded because it will open up your store. Okay, somebody might have a uh, I mean, I don't think it is updated every now and then whenever there is updates in Power BI desktop. So I always recommend you to choose this second option, which is available here, this one. See the downloads and language options, and when you click on it, will open up the new page, something like that. And this one, okay, this one I recommend you to download. Okay, but before that, you need to understand like what is your computer and what kind of capabilities required to work with this tool. Okay, so there are two files that they are giving, and the size of this file is around 300 MB, but it has like, it is giving like what all things that you can do with this, and what Microsoft is expecting to have you have in your machine. Okay, it is expecting Windows 10 and above. Okay, even it works with Windows 8 and 8.1, but I don't recommend with this, but please have Windows 10 at least. Okay, and then the browser should be Internet Explorer 10, and it works on 32-bit and 64-bit. Okay, so let's install this, and it required at least 4 GB of RAM. Previously they were mentioning, but now I don't know, they are not mentioning anything, but at least it required 4 GB of RAM. Okay, that's what they are saying, and it can work with any other processors that matter, but you will see the latency based on the capabilities of your machine. Okay, but in the Power BI tool backend, there will be a lot of programs that they will run, so that is the reason it will see the slowness. It's not because of your laptop, it could be because there is a reasons to slow down the performance because of your laptop also, but that's okay, we are going to learn. Okay, you should have little patience. So I'm going to go with 64-bit because my machine is 64-bit, and you can check the machine capabilities here in this, here, and you can go to properties, so that you will see this PC property. You have a 64-bit operating system, okay, and you no need to have this much configuration, but at least 4 GB RAM and maybe i3 processor can go with at least, okay, and mine is Windows 11 Pro, and it's a licensed one, okay. Now I've chosen this. If you don't know, okay, then you can choose simply this. Okay, it will validate whether your machine is 32-bit or 60-bit, 64-bit, and based on that, it will install. What is the bit? Bit is a processing rate, how speed the data should go from input to output. Okay, so that's the hardware thing, but that is a one line definition, but it could be a lot more when it goes through more detail. But you should choose 64-bit if your machine is 64-bit. Otherwise, you can choose this, and it will give you the correct results. Now it is getting installed, okay, and so when recently update also you could see maybe somewhere in this. Okay, after install, I think it changed it to something. Okay, so every month they will update this file, okay, at least once, monthly once, okay. So it's downloading, it will not take much time, it will take lesser than 1 minute, okay. I've already installed, but still I'm going to show you this because it's recording, and you can go to this recording and you can start, you know learn what I'm going to teach you, and the recordings will be provided, okay. So recordings will be provided for you for your reference, and I'm telling you, there is a warning, okay. So the recordings are only meant for the class revision purpose, and you will not get interest to go to this long 1 hour lengthy class, okay. So I request, please be focused while teaching this online class, okay. You never overthink that there will be a recording, I will go through later, but currently I have WhatsApp to chat, or I need to go out just for like that, okay, nothing, okay. If you have that kind of other priorities which are not so important, not so urgent, then please do not do that, okay. So please completely allocate your time, this 1.5 hour and additional 1 hour for practice, so that you will definitely get success, okay. And people are asking how soon I get the job, okay. I said how much time you invest, based on that it will decide. There will be a lot of other factors, not only time, okay. A lot of other factors also that matters. Now this is getting installed, and click on show in folder, and you will see this, okay. So simply you right click or double click on, or right click on run with admin, okay. So it will say consent, it will ask for consent, to click on yes, and it will install, and choose English and click next. Very easy. Any tool that you want to install, Microsoft tool, it's very easy, and it's a few clickables, okay. And we are going to install a lot of tools which are required for Power BI, along with Power BI desktop. SQL Server I will tell you how to install, and I will tell you Visual Studio, we need to work with that, and few other things, okay. Power BI external tools like Tableau, sorry, what is that? ALM toolkit, Tabular Editor, and DAX Studio. So all those kind of external tools we are going to install. So we will install a lot of things, but that is the reason you just have at least 4 to 8 GB RAM, so that your machine is good to work with. So it is just computing the space which required for Power BI. So this is one of the long waiting thing, but it will be done in another few seconds. So before that, if you have any questions, feel free to chat with me, so I can answer you. or you can unmute yourself and you can also talk to me. That's fine. Okay. Yes. Click next and accept this terms and condition, and then only the next button will be on. And where do you want to install? Okay, so I just choose in this path, but you can choose SQL Server if you want. Okay, I don't want any desktop shortcut, so I did not check that. But if you wish, if you want to that, you can check it. Okay, this is the very simple installation process, and everybody could do that. Okay, and we are going to work extensively with Power BI Desktop. Okay, and before while installing this, I would like to show one more thing is called Power BI service. Okay, so app.powerbi.com. Okay, this is the universal link, app.powerbi.com. If you go to Infosys, if you go to TCS, if you go to if you work with any other client, any service based company, this is a common. Okay, this is the URL to access Power BI service. Hit enter and you will see unit, and then here the matters, based on your email address it will validate, you know who are you and which tenant is belongs to you. So this is very important. The email address, login email address is very important. Okay, so based on that and what we have, what you see here, you will see a lot of other things, but here this is the important workspaces. Okay, you see lot of workspaces that people are, I mean students have been created by the last batch, and you should also create the diamond symbol. Okay, diamond means you see Power BI premium, right? And this is a pro. Okay, so that's what you will see, and we will create a lot of reports and dashboards and data sets. Okay, a lot of things that you are going to create, and we are going to share with the team, entire team. I don't know why this has not been shared, but this is a development. Okay, I should have shared many people, uh, but generally you should share. Okay, and I've been asked to test production. Okay, pro. Let's see. Okay, you see the four roles. You will be entitled with in the real time. You might be contributor, but what if an admin? What if a member? What if a viewer? So what is their roles and how they see differently? Okay, that requires collaboration. Okay, that required collaboration, and you see finish. It's finished. So we will develop the reports in Power BI Desktop and we publish here, and then from here we will share to the end user. Okay, so here you need to understand different rules. Who is the developer, who is the manager, and who is the client, who is the client end user. So all those things that we will discuss extensively in Azure DevOps class, but that is also one of the ways to understand, like why we are reporting why we are developing this. So why, who is the main intent to develop the report is the end user. Who is going to use this report is we should be think in their perspective and develop the report. So that is the main goal and main intention for the reports. Okay, it's not because of powerful capabilities, it's not because of nice designing, it is just because to solve their problems and to tell the story based on the data available, so that he will just, after listening every story, you will realize to do something, right? So that's the main intention of a report. What is the intention? To tell the story. Okay, that's how you should design your report. That is an ultimate goal. Now this is Power BI desktop. Okay, any Microsoft tool has home. Very frequently used uh, options will be pinned in this home, and in this also there's a group: data group, queries group, insert group, calculation, security, share, and these are the three things that are very important. Okay, we will discuss extensively on these things, and we will work we will create, I mean, lots of reports, and we'll work back and forth on these three options. But this is modeling, which is similar to SSAS, and this is the data that you can see just like an Excel data, but here you see the report or visualizations. We are there with this, with a lot of visualizations like this. Okay, we will discuss, maybe you will come to know one by one, but let's get started with, to understand what else. Okay, you see 100 plus sources it works. Power BI can work with 119 plus sources. That's what Microsoft is telling. What does it mean? It could be plus, means it could be 150, 120. So every month they are adding at least one or two, based on the business client's request, to the get data. What is get data? Like you see all, these many sources it can connect. Okay, if you go file type, you see Excel, text CSV, XML, JSON, folder, PDF. Okay, you can, at least take all your bank statements and put into a folder and then work. And Parquet files and SharePoint folder. Okay, we will discuss most of them. Most of them, not except Parquet file. Parquet file is only available in Azure Blob or AWS Gen 2, but we do not have that flexibility. But it is just like a Excel file or JSON file. So if you know how to work with these files, and you can also work with Parquet file. Okay, that's only just a file type. Okay, but databases, when it comes to databases, you see SQL Server database. This is one of the, widely used tool in the market, and we are going to work with, I mean, one of our students is working with Impala. Okay, so even we did not teach with teach Impala, but he started working, he's developing with Power BI. We are just, taking as a source, and somebody there for the development, and you just get the data, choosing that tool, and then you work on that. So if you know how to work with SQL Server, you can work with any of the database. That's for sure. I work with Denado. I work with a few other things. Okay, but you could do that. Okay, now Power Platform. Okay, this is a separate offering, we will discuss maybe at the end. Okay, Azure is Microsoft cloud offering, and it can work with, so you can, I will tell you how to showcase Azure SQL Server as a source. Okay, Azure SQL Server and Synapse Analytics. What is Azure Synapse Analytics? I will hit you, I will give a hint. Okay, further. But online services, you see here lot of other online services, and here I'm going to go and you see this one also. In the other you see web. I'm going to connect to the web and then create the report and publish into Power BI service. That is the agenda. Okay, so what is the web that I'm going to connect? Okay, so we cannot connect every website until unless it's open source, and you can also connect other websites if you have a permission required, and it will ask for login to get the data. So there is a open source website called IMF. Okay, I'm going to go and work with IMF database April 2021. You can search something like this, and if you just search for IMF, you will get automatically this. And then this is international maturity fund, something like that, and it will talk about the world economy. Okay, monetary fund, IMF, International Monetary Fund. Okay, it is a public website, and everybody can download and they can see. Okay, so here you can just click by countries data, let's see, and here you need to choose all countries. And now step 2, select, like don't do anything, they are already selected. If you want to unselect, you can unselect something like that, but let's have everything and continue. So Now you see there are three different data sets. You can choose any of the data set. I'm choosing the first one and click continue. And in this it will ask for you from which year to which year. You see the futuristic data is also available, the estimated data is also available. We are in the 2022, but still you will see this futuristic data. Okay, and your machine is little low capability, you can go to some, let's say 2020 to 2025 years of data, you can choose something like that, and then prepare the report. And this is and now you see the report versus this and with Power BI. Okay, it's a textual information and it's not so great to see, but let's copy this a URL. Okay, and then copy it and come to this and paste it here. Okay, just I copied the web URL, and what is this? From web, get data and search for web, you will get this window popped up, and under that URL we have given this, and click OK. Now what is happening? Now you see it will ask how do you want to connect this. It's okay, we can connect anonymous. Anonymous means unknown person. Okay, it's not really IMF should know who I am, because it's an open source. But sometimes you require organizational credentials. Let's say you want to download it from SharePoint, so it required authentication. Okay, even within the folder also there is some shared folders, required logins. Okay, so but here we are going with IMF with anonymous connection, so it will accept. Now it will take little time to do a web scraping. What is web scraping? Scrap, right? So it will just scrap everything, and then it will just try to understand the data, and based on the understanding it will suggest you. Okay, now you see in the website it see two tables and two HTML pages, something like that, one text page. So if you click on that, you see some kind of text. So everything, it will not lose anything. You see a lot of other things. You see this kind of table also, and this kind of table also, and you see the web view where we are. Okay, so maybe there's no use of it, but just for information it is given, like something like that. But if you just focus on these two tables, see I could not see any kind of this button is active. The reason is you need to select like this. Now you see these two buttons are on. And what is the difference between table 1 and table 2? You just focus with this scroll. Now here you see 12 columns, and here you see only 11 columns, I guess. Yeah, so then what we wait for, we will take this too. And now you see it's not clean. The column 1, column 2, column 12, these are column names, but this is the column names. Okay, so country name, this is the column name. So let's do transform data. So when you click on transform data, what happens? Now you see the tool inside the tool, a powerful tool will open up. It's called Power Query. Okay, you see this is different, that is different. This is Power Query Editor, this is Power BI Desktop. But this Power Query Editor is dedicated for the Power BI Desktop. Within the Power BI Desktop, there is one more tool link. It's called Power Query Editor link. Okay, so this option is also used, you can see in Excel, but that is also different flavor from Microsoft. Excel BI is different. It is a single person business intelligence tool, but you will have very few limited capabilities. But Power BI is very good thing with Power BI service and everything. Okay, they will test you using Excel, but if you really want more capabilities, then everybody should go to Power BI. Okay, and in Synapse Analytics also Power BI is integrated. We will discuss that maybe later when we discuss Azure DevOps and Azure. Here we need to clean the data. The Power Query main intention is to clean and prep the data and transform the data. Clean, transform and prep the data. Prep means preparation. Okay, to massage the data. Okay, we will come to Power Query, and we'll see like what are required columns and rows that we will keep, and then we will load into Power BI Desktop. That is the main role of Power Query. Okay, what kind of questions can be asked in Power Query? We'll discuss little later, because we are just we are committed for that short demo and we need to finish everything. So that is the reason I'm little going fast, but we will discuss each and every option, and throughout this course, you will, you know, at least once we will touch all the options and we will discuss. I will tell you how to work on POCs, like on a technology point of view, not a business point of view. Okay, so that we will understand the concepts closely and confidently. Okay, so this is the header. So we will keep first row as a header, and that is the first step, so that I can clearly understand which is country column. And you see, this is only one line which is repeating many times, so I really don't want this. So you can remove this. And the units, again, this is one value which is repeated, and even I don't want this. Okay, so again, this is also one value which is repeating, so I'm removing this. So but you are removing one by one. So can't we remove multiple? Yes, you can also remove multiple values, multiple columns, and something like this. I will tell you the technique, but I even don't want these estimations. Okay, so let's remove the columns. So now two columns also removed at a time. So by clicking control. Okay, we will discuss a lot of transformations and a lot of other techniques, but you can also go to choose columns, and you see what columns you really want to see. Now you see country, and then remaining the IMF. What is the economy? Okay, in millions or billions. Okay, so now what is next? Now you still see this color, which means empty, something like that. Okay, now you see some blank values. Let's check this. What is a blank? Now you see entire record is blank. Okay, what if I remove that blank? And all, I mean, this is a record, right? So when you say record or the row, okay, row is like a school bench and column is like a building pillar. So you should remember this. Okay, so rows and columns, we are going to work extensively on row and columns. So if you just feel that this blank is not required, click on clear filter and select everything and untick this and close it. Okay, now it's going to revalidate. That black color means which is not correct. um, it will go in a while, if not submitted a configuration issue, but it should be green blue or something like that. Okay, so and now I don't want data something like this. I want year and the IMF data, or the GDP. Okay, IMF basically calculate the GDP. Okay, so I want something like this: country, year, and GDP. So but here I have different years. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the transformations. Okay, so I'm going to go and just unpivot these columns. We will discuss extensively on unpivot in a separate topic, but for now I'm going to say unpivot only selected columns, and you see year and then the GDP separate. Okay, so now you see applied steps. This is one of the most important thing that we are going to discuss, but not now. Now you see, you can see the data back, and you can see go back, and you can go at any point of time, you can see everything. Okay, right? So this is one of the powerful mechanism where you do not see this kind of options. I don't think so, but this is a powerful mechanism where each and everything we can see, clearly what happened in this step, what happened in this step, what happened in this step. The names itself will tell you, but still you can check this gearboxes and everything. But we have unpivoted. So, and unpivoting output is attribute and the value. So here the attribute is year, and this is the GDP value. Okay, so now you see some decimals. If you don't want decimals, we need to see the highest decimal value. There are 3 digits, and you can multiply with, you know multiply standard operations. Select this column. So we can, but because of this ABC, it is not getting multiplied. So data types are very very important. You will see a 90% of issues with data type. So we should be very very careful when you work with data type. So you see a decimal value first, click on decimal value. Now you see some problem is there with this. What is the problem? Okay, some error. First let's keep the error. So let's understand what is the error. So keep errors to understand. You see, there is an NA. Okay, NA is a text, but now you are changing the column type to decimal. How I make this NA to be decimal? So that is the reason it's crying here. So let's remove this NA first, and then we'll come back to data change type. So now I just removed that data stage step, and it will become ABC now. Okay, here I can go to filter and search for NA. Okay, N. Now you see it just came. So you can untick and you just close the filter and click OK. And now we can change this to again to decimal value. Now it's perfect. Now you see the blue color. Blue color means it's perfect. That metadata is properly configured and it's easily understand. There is no black means empty, okay, and red means errors. So we don't have that color, so it's clean. Now data is clean. Country is ABC. Here is not should not be ABC. It should be a whole number. Actually, it's a date, but we don't have any DDMYY, so I'm just going with whole number. Okay, now this is perfect. ABC is country and this is different. Okay, so 5 years. Now you see 5 countries. So rows become column become rows is called unpivot. Okay, we will discuss extensively in the other report development, but for now that kind of transformations we can do in Power Query, and now I'm giving it to Power BI desktop. Okay, and here we will do a modeling and data into a next level, and then we will create the visualizations. But for now I do not want to do all those things here and here, but I will directly. Okay, now still you see some errors. So if you click on view error, it will again go to Power Query. Okay, and let me go to Power Query. Click on how to go to Power Query. The transform data will open up the Power Query. Now you still see a GD value, some error. So dash dash, we did not remove the dash dash, we only removed NA. So come to this table 2 and click on this and search for dash. So this is how we need to do error handling. Okay, load more, let's see. So here is very simple. Go to this error table again, copy and search for it. First one is dash dash, two dashes, and second one is also two dashes, and third one is also two dashes. So all are two dashes. Let's go and find for two dashes here. Nothing is coming, right. Let me go to this filtered row here. Let's check here. Still it's not getting. We need to search something like this. Or simply what we can do is we can go and basically it should have given this error here itself in the data type change whenever we do it, but here it's not giving, but here it is giving remove errors. So now how to delete this? Let's get this row number and then untick this. So go to this one 11242526. Okay, search for them, row number, right? So let's go to the row number, go to. Okay, there's an option go to, but what is the country name here? You can also see country name Venezuela. We can filter it for Venezuela country. You see Venezuela. Search it here. So Venezuela, loading complete. Now you see this one. You unselect everything and search for this and click on this, and you see this one. So we can simply untick, and one more filter also we can apply. We can remove this Venezuela so that this will go, because we are not able to find it here. So there will be another clues that we need to find out to fix the issue. So what we need to do, clear filter again and search for this and search for Venezuela again, load more and click Venezuela and untick this and click OK. Now you come here and then you go and see here. Now the nothing will be there, and which means errors are cleaned up. Okay, this is how we will clear the error handling. This is one of the thing, but we will do a lot of such things later. But this is how you do error handling. Okay, automatically Power BI will capture into another table, and we need to fix one by one, and we need to understand these columns, and we need to go back, and you see all of them here. Now we will see very few ISO. Oh, okay. Let's see filter row. See, clear filter. Look at everything, and only you can filter which does not equal to Venezuela. Okay, but Venezuela. Now you see, so everything is checked. Now you click. Okay, now you got everything. So this is how we do, and then we need to change this to uh, decimal. Okay, and then you can multiply with standard operations to remove the decimal values. Even from decimal to whole number, if you want to modify, you can do that also. So that millions to billion will happen. So let's click on multiply 1,000, and there won't be any decimals, and then you can change it to whole number. Okay, so then we can close and apply. Let's see what happens. So now Power Query is over, and now the data is pushing to Power BI desktop. So here we will develop the visuals. Okay, I'm going to finish in another 5 minutes, and now you see very few columns, and we can we can take a table, okay, and put them here by population. Here by GDP values are not population. Okay, you can see this is world GDP value each year. So these numbers might not be very good, right? So you can put them in the bar chart or column chart, something like that. You see which year is good. 2025 is going to be a good growth for the world. So that's how you can understand. But still, if you want to understand by countries, you can also understand by legend, like each country. So maybe that could not give you a good thing, but you could still see each country something like this. Okay, so I mean, we can make a lot of differences, right? So you could go by something like this, and you can remove, let's say, year by analysis if you want. Let's say you can put country here, like that. You can see country wise GDP, and you can put some slices and dicings, and we do a lot of visualization, but we are not going to focus at this point of time. But I will give you some slices here. I will put some here. Okay, drop down, and you can see search for any year, and you can select, let's say, in 2021, 2022, what is the each country growth. Indonesia is having very good in terms of GDP growth. Okay, that's how you can easily understand, right? And if you want a country, should be here. It will, by default it will give you a map. Okay, I will tell you how to enable a map, but for now I'm going with slicer. So you could see something like that, and you can search for any country, and if you want to compare any Austria and Australia and Bahrain, you can see the comparison. So Armenia, something like that. You can see various years, and how they compare each other. So then you can talk about these three countries, how they are working, how they are performing. So everything you can make a decision. So based on that, you can just suggest other countries to give some kind of loans or anything. Okay, so ultimately a decision should be made on top of our report, but our intention is to not to create a beautiful report at this point of time. Only thing, how you create the visuals in terms of technical, and then what is our next step. So our next step is to publish. Okay, before publish we need to save it. Okay, so before I do that, let's remove the filters and then save it, and we'll save it in a September 2022 folder. I just created one folder and demo uh, GDP report. Okay, so something like that. I've given a name. I will tell you what is the naming standards. Naming standards is also one of the most important thing in the real time. So I will discuss about that. Okay, now publish. So here I'm going to publish with my workspace. What is my workspace and why these people are created these many workspaces? You will come to know everything. So click on select my workspace and then publish. This is the developer role will end here, but from there the admin role will start. That also we are going to discuss. You can click on this link to open up that, but as I already open my Power BI service, I can go to my workspace here, which is there in my workspace, and now you see demo GDP report which I just published. Okay, and you can off it and you can see this report like slice and dice. Okay, selecting multiple countries. Okay, how they are working, and you can compare them. You will see a lot of other techniques I'm just giving you, and from here you will share to the end user. So because they won't accept access your my workspace, so you can share via copy link, mail, Teams, and PowerPoint. So you can export to PowerPoint and share it. You can share in the Teams. You can share via email, and you can copy, and link is copied, and you can share something like this in the chart. Okay, so let me chart in this. It will share something like that, so that, but everybody can access it. No, you should have a you know email address, a valid email address, and your Gmail Outlook will not work, and I am going to give that credentials. Okay, okay, maybe not now, in further sessions. Okay, so that is one of the most important things. So what we understand, how to get the data, how to transform the data, and why we did not do any modeling, because it's a only single table. So if it is a single table, you cannot do any modeling. So when you go to modeling, you will see only something like this, a single table. If you have a multiple tables, how to make relationship and all, we will extensively discuss on this. And if you go to the data, you will see the Excel type data here. But this is the main important thing. Here we play with a lot of visuals and a lot of designing techniques and reporting techniques. So everything we will discuss extensively on Power BI desktop, and a report also can be created in Power BI service, but there is a lot of difference. We will discuss that in further sessions. Let's say you can edit here and you can create one more page also here. Okay, let's say I want something like a line chart. Let's say, okay, I want line chart just by here in the x-axis, and let's say GDP value in the y-axis. Let's say, now you see. Why? Because it is started in descending order. You can make it ascending, descending. Okay, maybe not. No, that's what it is. So you can make based on the sorting and everything, but there is a huge difference. A report creation Power BI service versus report creation Power BI desktop. Okay, we will see extensively on that point of view also. Okay, and you simply save, or you can go to a reading view and it will ask you save. You can save it, and you see page 1 and page 2. Page 2 is created within the service. You will not see that in the here. And if you want that, you need to download this file and download. Okay, we will discuss that. Okay, we will discuss. Let's see if I publish and how you get download, whether it's possible in my workspace. Everything will be discussed and clarified in the next session. Okay, that's all for now, and from tomorrow onwards at the same time the further classes will be continued, and whoever is interested, please join. And after 1 or 2 days we will change the group, so whoever is paid the fee will be continued into the new group, and from there the next gear will be on, so that the vehicle will go very smooth. Okay, so meanwhile you get ready with your laptop, having good internet, having pen and paper and a very calm and neat area which you will not get disturbed by, so that you will get more, right? Prepare your doubts, discuss professionally with me, so that from today onwards you are in the job. That's what you feel in Power BI job. Okay, how you work with your team lead, how you work with your manager. Treat me like your manager, treat me like your lead, and discuss in that professional way. But here you will discuss everything. Okay, so you will understand the limitations. I will tell you that also, what to discuss, what not to discuss in further. Okay, thank you for your time and opportunity, and hope you have our WhatsApp number to chat further, or you can create a Skype group. We will tell you how to create the Skype group and everything, so that you can chat with me. You see a lot of charts and everything that you can see it here. You see, everybody will almost discuss with me on their reviews and everything and their doubts. Okay, so this is one of the powerful tools. That's the reason I'm still going with Skype. Thank you. Thanks for your time, and all the best for your future. Okay, thank you. And recording will be shared with you, and will put this in the public. Thank you, guys. Bye. No.